Oh, this is turn 1. Sweet. Alright, welcome everyone back. We've got Lambershaspy versus Lyndis. Looks like this is turn 1. We see a doji rep with a cloud on it. Looks like broke Feast or Famine. Looks like we took the fate from Brash Samurai and moved it onto the Wanderer. Okay. We see a Fury come out from Lyndis. Someone said that she really likes that card, so we see Finger of Jade block that, and then we see Finger of Jade second time on there. Looks like Guardian gains a Fate again. So when you trade Fury for Finger of Jade, it's like, that used to be a really good trade, because you traded one Fate for one, and a card for a card. Hey, what's up, Eric? So, interesting that he chooses to dishonor the Brash Samurai with the firing. I think I would have dishonored the rep or honored the swordsmith before I chose to dishonor the Brash. The Brash will still become a 2-1, and so the Wanderer will still lose to it in a fight. So I don't really agree with that line. So Brash is going to come in for Earth here. Comes in with the Investigator Province. Looking to find Resto here more than anything. Finds Manicure Garden. That's also fine. If you find Resto there, you don't get hit by Resto, and you deny Seeker Fate, which is huge. So, Lyndis re-honors her Brash Samurai, winning 2-2. Gonna win favor with this Imperial Palace, so we don't need to worry about that. What does Lambers have? Alright, so we see Lyndis win the favor. She won the Earth Ring. So no, I don't know if there were wild accusations. I mean, I need to change my stream title. At at the Cotes that I was at, and in San Francisco with Kingsley, it was just like people were like, Kingsley said at San Francisco, if you don't know what to vote for, vote Keeper of Water. And then when people asked him why, he just explained that we don't want Phoenix to have Seeker Avoid. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, when they think about that, also don't want Phoenix to have Seeker Avoid. Phoenix can have Seeker of Fire, which is also just a really good roll. I wouldn't care one bit. But Koromori is just really dumb, and I think all the Lion players are super happy right now. At Ohio and in Houston, I told people if they didn't, if they didn't know what to vote, I said vote Keeper of Water. Like if you don't know it, like if you didn't know what to vote, and then when people ask me why, I just said I just said Seeker of Void. So if Phoenix doesn't have Seeker of Void, I didn't lie to anyone. I didn't bribe anyone. I didn't manipulate anyone. If anything, I think it's really funny because Dragon might end up with Keeper of Water off of this because we all thought this was only going to be for 2 events, and then they just changed the rules. All right, so we see Investigator come out here for Lambers, and looks like Lyndis. She bought Savvy, and looks like just Savvy so far. She could pass here and then stock up Fate, but her board is a little weak if she does that. Kudako would be pretty nice here. The problem with Fusui Disciple is that it will just dishonor this Wanderer. It's not a huge deal. No, I don't think it works that way, Soto. It's what you voted for the most. Yeah, the rightmost province is Broken Feast or Famine. On turn 1, Lyndis hit it with Doji Rep. It got clouded, and then so it couldn't leave. And then one Fate from a Brass Samurai got moved to a Wanderer. Like that's actually not even that bad. I think if I offered this situation to Crane, I think most Cranes would take that situation. Which says a lot because it's really that's also really dumb, but there you go. All right, cool. So this is top 16 amateur bracket. Let me update my title. Yeah, it's definitely not the greatest use of Cloud. If it was like a 2 Fate rep or like a 2 Fate Brash or something like that, I would have done it. For 1 Fate, I think I just let my opponent go. Yeah, exactly, Joe. I think I would have just not clouded it. I'm not so sure about the Scout. So it looks like Lyndis bid 1 or 2. She bid 1. So she's gonna go for air here. This is actually pretty good pressure here. Again, this is where dishonoring the Brash Samurai, not so sure about that. You know, you could have just honored one of your own characters. Hits Resto, has to pitch 2, goes on Paul, so we're gonna see this Investigator defend. I would pay a Fate to the Water Ring, and then do Military Water with my Wanderer to threaten the bow on this rep. Yeah, the Fusui is gonna be really annoying, right? Because it's gonna lose Lambers and Honor. Like next turn as first player, Lambers is definitely gonna have to go air. Oh no, yeah, Lambers is gonna win this, so Lyndis will be able to use it. So let me. Sorry, everyone. Got a DM. We see Lyndis' hand of Bonsai Core Games, Let Go, and Voice. I am not. I don't agree with the choice to take Voice of Honor there. I would have taken Court Games because of exactly the scenario that just happened. Court Games honors Savvy Politician. Savvy Politician honors Fusui Disciple. I don't know why you're afraid of Voice of Honor. None of the characters on the opponent's side were honored. And if you take Court Games, none of the opponent's characters have a way of getting honored. So, hand is Let Go Bonsai. So we can just see a Let Go on this fan now. Not the greatest use of Let Go. Okay, so Lyndis chooses not to. She actually doesn't care. So Lyndis winning the ring doesn't matter, right? So if Lambers wins the ring, one of his characters is gonna get dishonored. If Lyndis wins the ring, she's gonna take an honor. So either way, it's an honor loss. So I'm on 7, and I bid 5 here with a swordsmith and an investigator. I think if I knew my opponent was gonna play Fusui Disciple, like there was a high chance, I might have bid 4. I think 4 might have been the correct bid here to give yourself that extra honor that you're gonna lose here, so you end the turn at 3. I think that might have been better. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter if you don't lose, right? As long as you don't lose, it doesn't matter. Yep, so there's Fusui Disciple, dishonors Tattooed Wanderer. I think, yeah. Oh, awkward here. Runs into Shameful. Now the rep is gonna become honored, and so the rep with Mill Favor actually has a pretty strong strength of 4. So we're not gonna see this. We're not gonna see the Watering Fire here. It is nice that the Wanderer's already dishonored though, so you're not gonna lose another honor. Yeah, agreed, Micah. You wanna use Fusui Disciple? Like, I think you're supposed to use Fusui Disciple at the very end of the phase, or you could use it. You could even use it in the Fate phase, and dishonor the Investigator. So we know that Lyndis has Let Go and Bonsai in hand, so it's gonna be very hard for Lambers to win. Lambers really just can't even kick a Bonsai. If I had a Bonsai hero as Lambers, I would play it. I would play non-kicked Bonsai just to force the Bonsai out of Lyndis's hand, because I'm up on cards so much right now. Plays a second Wanderer. This is also going to prompt a Bonsai. Although, Lyndis could just not care. It is water, right? So who cares? You could then just let him stand Investigator, and then go on the offense and go Mill Fire. Mill Fire with Fusui with Bonsai backup. I like that, actually. I would just pass here. Give the Watering. You'll get your Savvy voided. Or Lambers could force the issue on the Let Go and go Earth and get one of his other attachments Let Go'd, and then you could stick a Reprieve in the Swordsmith. Couple of different ways to play the turn out. So we do see that Lyndis decides to take that line, saving her bonsai for a an offensive play. So Lyndis can do military fire at Resto, and then Lambers is gonna have to have a sword. But then, like, this is really rough for him, actually. He's really gonna need to let go, and he really needs to win air next turn. So Lyndis is trying to figure out how she wants to. Yeah, so mill fire, resto. So Millfire, we see defense, we see Mountains Anvil Castle give Swordsmith +2/+2. So 3/4 versus 4/4 because of Mill Favor. Mill Favor coming in really handy here. Lyndis plays the Bonsai to break. Lambers passes. Dishonor the Swordsmith. I would absolutely take the break there if I was the dragon player enough. I never, after Resto was flipped, I don't want it to be there anymore. Like if I could myself just break it, I would. Attack something else. Dishonors Investigator. Okay, so going for a little bit of a longer play here. So Investigator is gonna go at Shameful here. Investigator should go. Investigator. Oh, she can let go the. She should let go the fan now on the Investigator. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that she should not. She should not go for the break. Agreed. So Lyndis should have let go the fan prior to this attack, because then she could just bow the Investigator with Box as first action. We should see Political Earth here to force the issue on the let go so you can stick a reprieve. Voiding the Savvy is nice. I'm just not sure it's really what you need. So here is the Political on Shameful. Lambers could have also stood for a favor. That's also another potential idea. I wonder. Let me see if Lambers has any censures. Lambers does have 3 censures. Looks like Lambers is playing. A list very similar to mine. So yeah, so Lambers is on the 3 censure list. So I think actually standing for favor here is correct. Yeah, I agree, Joe. It is really hard. Oh, so we see the win, and then we see the Ancient Master come down for favor. Perfect, perfect. Takes the break on Shameful, and gets the Ancient Master for favor. Lyndis does not prevent the break with the let go. She is gonna let go this reprieve though. I would not have played the reprieve here. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this, Joe. Ancient Master. He's got Ancient in his name. He's so glory. So much glory. Like, I think if Lyndis preemptively let goes the fan, you force your opponent to have the 3rd fan. Which then, to not get bowed from box, right? I think I would have let go the fan prior. So that's just, I'm not sure if that's the right play, but I think that is what you need to do. We do see the let go on the reprieve, and then we see a second reprieve come down. Really expensive trying to keep the swordsmith around. Takes political favor, gonna go down to 2 honor. So we could see Yokuni come down here. We could see Kudaka's gonna get mulliganed. Tagashi Initiate. Tagashi Initiate is actually gonna be really strong here. I would look for as many Tagashi Initiates as I could, because then I would just send them in on military and honor them. You just play them for 0. Yeah, I think you have to bid 5 here if you're Lyndis, because Lambers is gonna bid 1, right? So it'll be 5 to 5. You just can't. I don't think you can win the game if you bid 1 here. Yeah, this is a great flop for Lamber. Lamber buys Doom Shigenja and Raitsugu. I would not have bought Yokuni. I would have just continued to make my board bigger. I'm going to win air here. I would have just made my board bigger. This is fine also. Like, Yokuni is obviously not bad. I liked buying Doomed and Raitsugu though. And then I like fishing if I find a cloud with my my swordsmith, I can cloud the Fusui Disciple. Joe, you love that my Doom Shigenja has the same stats as your Borderlands Defender. I know how much you love that. Yeah, exactly. Fair and balanced. 3 in each stat balanced. So we do see Kudaka come out, and we see Brass Samurai with no fate. Yokuni can copy Brass Samurai and then just go in solo. We do see the one... Oh, Lambers is a man. Lambers, no fear, goes for a 2-bid on 2 honor. Man after my own heart. So, Yokuni can go mill Earth, copy Brash Samurai, honor himself. Yeah. Lyndis definitely chose the correct bid. Agreed. Um, I don't think I think bidding 1 there is just being stubborn and will not win you the game. I think the way that she played it is the way to actually win the game. It's gonna be a tough battle, but I think this way at least she can do it. So we see Swordsmith pulls up a cloud. So we see Skirmisher come down from Lambers. Probably gonna go after this palace. You just want to fear. You just fear meditations right now. It's not really a fear either, because you just have to deny void on the crackback. I wonder if this will be a poke attack first. Poke Earth with the Wanderer and the Skirmisher. Leave Yokuni on defense. So that is what we see. We do see the poke attack here coming out. I would have poked maybe under the palace, because I would have preferred to get rid of the palace, especially on a build with 3 censures, denying favor from Yoshi and potentially setting up favor for Sumiko. I would have just seen what's under the palace. But this is pretty good here. Forces a really awkward block from Lyndis if she wants to not take a potential break here. You also have to slowly turn off Fury here. I think Lyndis is on 3 Fury, I believe. It's 3 Fury, 2 let go. Yeah, 3 Fury, 2 let go. I call this the Eric splash. Eric would always be on 3 Furies and 2 let goes. So we see a defense here. We see a fine katana from Lyndis. We see a let go on the katana. So 3-3 right now. Was Eric the 3 let go 2 Fury? I thought that was Micah. Micah and Eric used to always play the same splash, but they would swap their numbers on let goes and Furies, is what I remember. This is like obviously like 3 or 4 seasons, no, 5 or 6 seasons ago. I don't know if other people realize this, but we're entering season 9 of the Discord League. We see a cloud on Brash Samurai. Aggressive. I don't believe Yokuni has copied anything yet. Oh no, Yokuni first action copied Brash Samurai. Okay. Handsome Dan says Micah and Eric are like Mary Kate and Ashley. Yeah, I agree. Lol. Soto, the Unicorn Stronghold will be out during season 9, so it doesn't matter. You can just pick Unicorn and then the pack releases Thursday of Gen Con, right? So, I mean, people are going to play their Season 9 games in the beginning of the month anyway because everyone will be at Gen Con. So, like, the pack releases on Thursday of the 2nd. So, like, Monday the 6th when everyone comes back, you know, it'll be ready. No, he's not on Fury anymore. This is, like, prior to the restricted list, Eric. Like, this is, like, way prior to the restricted list. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I look forward to meeting everyone at Gen Con. If you're at Gen Con, please, you know, come hang out. Like, I'll be at a table with a bunch of people, just, you know, shooting the shit and playing Magic, probably. It was great at Houston. After every round, it was like I'd go find Chris and be like, "Hey, do you want to stop playing L5R and go play Magic?" And it was like, "Yes." Whenever you're at a tournament for one game, you just never want to play that actual game. You want to go do anything else. It's quite funny. Joe says, if you see me at Gen Con, come say Feast or Famine is fair and balanced card. And then Dan goes, it's the equivalent of Valar Morghulis. Wow, that's harsh, Joe. Feast or Famine is a fair and balanced card. Just like Iron Mine. Iron Mine is a fair and balanced card. I know Shooterev will back me up on that one. Iron Mine, fair and balanced. Alright, so we see Bonsai on this Fusui Disciple. going at Manicure Garden. Surprised that that Lambert did not block with Yokuni. Discard Steward of Law at random. We just see a break being taken here. I don't agree with this. Now, do you do water here, I guess, to force the Brass Samurai to bow, and then... Yeah, you just do Paul Water, I guess. Kind of risky against another Steward of Law with air. I guess Paul Water, and then if the Steward of Law comes down, you just ready your Swordsmith. Economical liberalism, Shudorev calls Iron Mine. Fusui cannot dishonor, or won't end up dishonoring Yokuni, Micah, because Yokuni has copied Brass Samurai. So the Steward does come down. Lambert should do political water with both his characters at the palace, and he should ready his Swordsmith. He can then use Investigator to investigate and take the last card from Lyndis' hand. Especially since she's going to draw a new card from this Fertile Fields and gain a Fate. I would absolutely send the Investigator here. Oh my god, yeah, Dan, bring the PS4 setup. You can... I won't play you in a fighting game, but I'll play anyone else. I'll play other equally bad players in fighting games. And then you can commentate and make fun of us. Oh, yeah. If Yokuni gets for shamed here by the Steward, it would be so sick. Oh right, you're right, Neff. I completely forgot that you need to be solo to honor Yokuni. Like I said, I would have done I would have blocked the mill attack from this Fusui with Yokuni, and then done a Paul Water with my Investigator and my Swordsmith, because then I could ready my honored Yokuni. Sure, Dan. Bring it to Worlds too. We can get Shudorev playing fighting games too. Wait, you're on trial or you have jury duty? Dan, are you on trial for shitposting too much? That'd be unfortunate. Oh, Dan, you're a lawyer? I did not know you were a lawyer. Sorry, and look, I have an attorney friend. I'm pretty sure that both terms are correct. Once you pass the bar, oh no, you're right. Attorney is after you pass the bar. Lawyer is after you graduate law school. Yeah. I apologize, Dan. I apologize. So there is the for shame to bow Yokuni. Yikes, that is so unfortunate. She's gonna win the water ring too. Last card in hand? For shame. I really like Lyndis' position here. she's going to re-win favor, I believe, right? So it's 3-5. Yeah, yeah. She's gonna re-win favor. Lambers is gonna drop to 4 honor, and the board is gonna wipe. And Lyndis is still going to have 2 characters in play against an honored Yokuni. If Ancient Master does not come down, Ancient Master would have been the other way for Lambert to keep favor. So we see Nita Master. Nita Master's pretty nice. We see Initiate. We see Investigator. Not really sure how you want to do this. I think Lambers will buy Hotaru maybe. You could go Hotaru, and then you could buy like anyone else to do a poke. Lyndis will be first player on Dragon Box. Dan, what kind of law do you practice? Is this criminal law, or is this more like litigation, or other kind of law? Joe, to be fair, I have to play my Ancient Master in the conflict that Mitsu is participating in. Defense litigation? Alright, that's cool. So we do see Master, and we see the Initiate. Lamber's low bids. Your opponent is on your box. I would have bid 4 there. If my opponent 1 bids me, I'm gonna lose anyway. I don't believe we've seen any rivals in F. What does Matsu Mitsuko do, Joe? I haven't seen. What does she do? We have Dan in here. The Lion players are probably doing better than the Phoenix players. I think the Phoenix players have just like all given up on the game. I think if just no one played Phoenix, that would be okay. I think everyone would be happy. I know Maiko would be happy. Let's see. Four cost 4/2/2 Bushi Cav during mill if you're. This looks like a unicorn card. Like this is like a unicorn card from like the first cycle, except if it was a unicorn card, it would be a 4 cost 3/2/2. Yeah. The crane box has not aged well. So we do see Wave the Crane to honor Hotaru. We see Yokuni Kape Nite Master. So Lyndis has to be very careful. Lambers has Rally on the box. The crane box, I think in core, I think the crane box in core was a lot better because people just didn't know how to play the game, right? Or people ran into it a lot more. So I'm just like not sure. Yeah, Joe, but that doesn't even work anymore because people take Paul Favor versus Crane always. Like, I think in the old game, in core set, and obviously Favor meant a lot less, but I think people still underestimated Favor in core set, where you could just, you know, you send in guys to poke, to Fury poke to flip our provinces, and then have Favor. You can Favor poke against Fury, Favor poke against Crane Box. I think people just misplayed that a lot. In course, because apparently, I'm not saying I would have done any better because when I first started playing the game, I also was terrible. But like from the stories I've heard, people playing in at Worlds and like in the core set days, people just didn't know how to play. All right, so we see an over defense, a way over defense here by Lambershaspy. I would have just defended with the Okuni. Yeah, that was probably that was like the fastest pass of Lamber's life. This is really awkward too, because now he's gonna get his initiate dishonored. See, Jade Masterpiece move the fate to the Water Ring. Why would you stand Nite Master? Because I guess you want Nite Master to win the Water Ring to stand Yokuni. Lyndis could potentially activate Fusui Disciple and dishonor the initiate too. If you might have wanted to play, you should have played the Jade Masterpiece on Yokuni, and we should have seen. Maybe we should have seen this Nite Master with no fate, so you can attack meditations. Yeah, this is just like a waste of a fate, unfortunately. And you put the Jade Masterpiece, so it's a waste of 2 fate and a card. Really unfortunate. Yeah, I would not honor my initiate either. Honoring the initiate will just get it dishonored by the Fusui disciple, so you'll just be giving a fate to Lyndis on the crackback. So we do see the honor of initiate. I would not have done that. I guess you have to if you want to break, because box. I guess you actually have to pay. Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I think he might just die to Hotaru here. There's the fate removed. We see meditations breaking right now. Admit defeat. Admit defeat is a card, right? I think Lyndis is playing one admit defeat. Lyndis is playing a one admit defeat. And we have not seen it yet. That would be very, very, like, flavorful if Lyndis goes in and admit defeats Yokuni. Like, just Hotaru standing over Yokuni, admit defeat. Alright, so there is the break. We're going to see Yokuni get stood here. If Lyndis does not break here... No, Lyndis used Fusui. Lyndis used Fusui and Lambers dishonored initiate and then re-honored initiate. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's a rival! Oh, that's so sick. Alright. Does Lambers have a Wanderer? Lambers needs a Wanderer or a Finger of Jade here. And Lyndis needs to not have a Let Go. I always thought political rivals art was just like super troll. It's like, yo, here, have this crane. Have this crane while I sneak by. There is a Finger of Jade. Does Lyndis have the Let Go? If Lyndis has Let Go, this could be the game. It is really weird that Finger of Jade blocks covert, but I'm not going to complain. I didn't know it did that until I played Enjigoku and it gave me the option, and then I found out that it does. I think Finger of Jade is the card that I think everyone underrated that card. Shoot, I would not beat yourself too much about that rating. I don't think anyone realized like the flexibility of the card, like being able to poke into provinces with it, being able to block covert, being able to protect yourself against initial protection against fate worse than death. Like it was just like a card that seemed overcosted and not strong enough of an effect. And as it turns out, protecting characters is really powerful. If only Consumed by Five Fires said choose, I could be protected by Finger of Jade. That's all I needed was Finger of Jade to protect me from the fire. But sadly, Jade does not protect you from fire. So it doesn't look like Lyndis has the Let Go, or she probably would just windmill slams it. Admit defeat also would work now, but Lyndis has to go Earth. Okay, she is going Earth. This does almost signal to me that she has the admit defeat. Because if she doesn't have admit defeat here, you would go for something else. Like maybe you would go for actually going Earth is probably correct anyway, because the double discard, double draw. All right, Lamber's passes. Do we see admit defeat? Bow before the might of the Crane clan. Oh no, she hasn't played it yet. Earth is gonna be really troll if it hits the weapon that would stand Yokuni for the break. There's a fan. Rally's breaking right now. Lambert plays let go. Does Lyndis have a voice? Nope. Oh, she does. Voice of Honor cancels let go. Lyndis passes. Breaking. Oh, but the another let go. Oh, she didn't have another voice. Oh man, the third let go. This is gonna mean that Lambers is going to not have a weapon in hand because he's gonna lose 2 cards here. Oh, stands plays the dice show to stand the master. Should go void here then, and then void off Kudaka. Now he has 0 cards in hand. Okay. So I'm not sure why Lambershaspy copied Lambershaspy copied Niten Master. If Lambershaspy had just copied Fusui Disciple, Lambers could honor his Niten Master here with the Fusui activation. Alright, so you do political Earth here, or sorry, political Void. Oh, this is so good. Yo, Dan, I know you're in chat. Do you play Tekken? Holy crap, this image is so good. Oh, excellent. Alright, cool. Here, let me just... Alright, let's just bask in the image of this it's so good. As somebody who has played who has played Paul a lot, I'm really sad that Paul doesn't seem to be good in the latest game. Apparently Heihachi is good though. And Paul and Heihachi are my were the 2 characters I played the most. So, so Lambers played that turn pretty well. Some minor missteps on how he played it though. He needed to play the Jade Masterpiece on Yokuni. He needed to play no Fate on the Nintendo Master. So he should have 2 Fate right now, and the Jade Masterpiece still in his hand. Oh, is Paul top 5? I never see him do well at the tournaments. Like all the tournament players, like I never see him at the top. But I mean, obviously we'll see it at Evo. So Lambers needs a covert more than anything right now. Sumiko is not bad. I would buy Sumiko one, like you could go all in here, right? Sumiko none, initiate none. Go mill fire. Lyndis has played 2 bonsais, I believe. 2 bonsais, and Lambers has played no bonsais. Lambers still has 2 bonsais left in the deck. So you buy initiate 0 here, I think, also. Guest of Honor is legit though. Guest of Honor could stop a bonsai from coming down, which is reasonable, and it stops censures. Deviljin, Dragunov, Jack, Brian. Okay, yeah. I see Dragunov, Jack, Brian are the 3 characters I see most. I see Heihachi also. But like I only watch like the Korean players play, like Ni and JDCR. Like those are the people I've seen the most play. But that might have been earlier in the game's life. I'm not sure if they are also still like the top players. Yeah, okay. It's kind of like people like Kazunoko in fighting games, who literally just goes like into random fighting games and just is always insane. Like, he was playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and Yun is not in that game, so I have no idea. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I've seen him play, like, Fang, I've seen him play Paul, I've seen him play, like, I've literally, yeah, you're right, he just plays everyone. I'm super hyped for Evo. Unfortunately, it's during Gen Con, so I'll have to, I might have to sub to get the VODs. Because I know some of them. Yeah, Kazunoko plays Yamcha. Kazunoko is Yamcha. It's so good. The Apology Man entrance video was so good. Too bad he got bodied in top 8. He got bodied in top 8, which is really unfortunate. But like his entrance was so good. The Tien with the Chaozu. Oh, it was just A+. That is a man. That is you know, a man representing my people. I've been I've liked Apology Man since Marvel, where he played Firebrand and kidnap people. So Micah says he would play Guest 1 and play Scout for Mill Presence and wait for the Dragon Board to die. Interesting that Lambers chose to pass instead of buying this Initiate. Initiate represents 3 strength. Lyndis bid 4. I'm not sure why I would bid 4 here. So we see a Wanderer come down onto Yokuni. Are we just going to covert out the board here? If we just covert the board, it's pretty easy to rig entrenched position. Does Lyndis have her second let go? Micah, you could covert the guest. I think I covert guest here, depending on my hand, because then it turns off 4 shame, and it turns off, it lets me play my own bonsais. And my own, my censures. I would covert guest here. I obviously I don't know his hand, but I would definitely covert guest. Sumiko can't hold Hotaru. You should probably do Paul here if you're gonna covert Hotaru. It's so much easier to break on Paul. And then you can use Yokuni to copy Hotaru and honor and honor and honor. Sure, he has at least one Daisho, but I don't know. This is really hard to break this. Especially like a first shame on Yokuni. First shame on Yokuni just kills you here. That's why, like, if you covert Hotaru, or covert guest, Hotaru can block, but she's not a courtier. So if you're first shame, you're down 3. You go to 9. You Daisho and box back to 13. That's enough to exactly break if Lyndis has nothing. So like just for shame is not enough, but we see a fine katana on Sumiko. Okay, so there's another +2. So yeah, Lyndis does have to have something. Does she have her third bonsai? Is she playing 3 bonsais? Let's find out. Playing 3 bonsai, so definitely could have a bonsai. A steward of law shows up. This is only 1 for shame has been played, I believe. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 2 for shames have been played. Oh, does Lyndis have first shame for the Sumiko? If Lyndis first shame Sumiko, the game's over. Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be it right there. Yep, guest of honor just sitting there saying you can't play any events. Eight. So Daisho plus box breaks. Come on, if Lyndis needs to have anything in the 6 cards here. Yeah, literally one more card is needed. Yokuni can't copy Sumiko. It's not a triggered ability. It's just a static ability. I tried that the first time that I played with Sumiko. I tried to copy her because I thought I could. Unfortunately, you can't. That would be monstrous. You just copy Sumiko with Yokuni. Holy crap. Wave the crane. That is winning. Winning by 11. 11 is not 12. And that'll be the game. Even if you dishonor Hotaru, Hotaru still has 6 base. And that'll do it. Yeah, this game has been really sick. It's been really back and forth. Absolutely been a great time to cast this. The chat's been awesome too. Really active chat. I guess that's what I get for casting crane games, right? Neff, you're coming to Gen Con, right? If I remember correctly, or am I mistaking or being mistaken? Yeah, alright. Man, Gen Con's gonna be sick. So many people coming. Not Dan, though. Dan's too busy being an attorney. Awesome. A lot of us are playing on Thursday, also. I think I'm gonna check out the elemental stuff on Friday. Because they said they're gonna run, like, the elemental side events. If they run it on Friday, I might play one. Hopefully, all the packs will be legal so I can play Mitsu. Oh, he does have the censure. Absolutely have to covert guest there then. You just covert guest. You covert guest and then I think you can still break over the top. Maybe not. 6, 7, and then Lambers would have had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. Yeah, you would have broken over the top. You would have broken over the top there. All right, well that's gonna be the game there, folks. Really awesome by everybody, and so we're gonna go ahead and cut it here. I'll see everybody for the next cast. Thanks for being active in chat. It was really awesome. Makes casting a lot more fun. All right, so everyone else have a nice rest of your weekend.